Today is giving glazed donut. Please don't judge. It's not sweat. Lehigh HOLO. But like saying. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm gonna start again. This is a slow mo. It's about somebody else who themselves. Isn't that crazy that people think, well, some people think that kill the is brave, but others say is coward. But one of my philosophy teachers said, if you don't see any reason to still alive, why not? The fact that makes sense so much, But also there's that dude who make an essay saying the reasons why he decided to himself because he did everything he wanted. He got everything he ever dreamed of. Blah, my English, I just woke up and I had internet fight for literally BS. What do you think? Is coward or brave to yourself? And there's any reason or motive that is justified to do that? I'm like, bro, if I see both sides. Sometimes it doesn't stop. Like, imagine feeling lonely, not alone. That's two things so separate. Imagine you have your dream job, you have everything you ever wanted, but inside you still feel like there's no one. Do you think, how do you recover? How do you feel alive when you end up to that point on your mind? How do you know? Because I know there's people that still feel like that, even if they take medication, therapy, anything. It never stops for some people. It is fair to keep them alive? Or is this unfair? Because mental health is as damaging as those chronic illness. Why you can allow euthanasia to people who have severe mental health, but people only who is physically? Is it fair or not? It's not. Like, if you have the will to choose, why is not allowed? What's the difference? Because you can't see it? That's the difference? How do you know?
And I'm gonna stop crying, stop feeling, stop thinking about you, my baby.
And I'm gonna say
이제 그만 울 거야, 나 울 거야.
I mean, I remember I met few people that they said they cried so much, they felt so down, they didn't have anything inside to feel those things or cry anymore. They were hollow inside. Like, I know people trying to be positive, but are you being selfish? Because you want them to still here when they don't want to. And even if you gave them time, how much time is enough time before you let them go? Before it becomes like selfish for you to force them.
나는 더 아껴줄 거야. And I'm gonna stop. 걔보다 내가 나보다 제가 난 게 중요한가요? 수많은 날
Also, depending of the people you hang out or around you, if they damage you enough, how you gonna be able to trust again? Because people be tripping for no reason. Okay?
나를 괴로워하다 이제 좀 알겠어요. 가만히 앉아 걱정하기에 난 너무 소중해요. 들여다봐요 맘속에 맨날 그대로 괜찮아요.
Yeah, it is okay to be yourself, but a lot of people can't bear the feeling to not have nobody to talk, to hang out, to discuss, because themselves is not well loved. And to be able to find people who like you and love you and appreciate you the way you are, bruh. For example, I only have one friend, bro. One. One. The rest are favorite people, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. And the other is trash. If I ever. The flashbacks. The flashbacks.
It's gotta stop.
Yeah, be yourself is fun, but if you can handle to be alone, bruh, I understand those people who decide to change. I understand you. Be yourself alone or with people on the internet. They're dead.
And I'm gonna stop crying.
I remember two bullies from almost everyone in my classroom when I was a kid. We were in vacation somewhere and we were walking next to a cliff. So there were a fountain. So they put water in them and they started splashing me in my face. A lot of water. And I wasn't able to see. And I was backing up. And then my left feet, you see, this is the fingers and this the middle. So I felt like something here. And then I started backing up. But then everything went white extremely strong, warm. It wasn't yellow nor white light. It was like a strong light. And then I felt everything stopped. I felt something cushy, comfy. Like, and then I look around, it was wings. And then before I saw a big eye. Wasn't creepy, was beautiful. And then I felt the push. And then rather being in the edge, I was close to the walls. And those two girls laughed. And they said, "Oh my God, she almost fell." Then I ran to one of those young people who are in charge of kids. They were pervert. There were one girl in my class with big boobs, and the dudes were all over her, saying, "Oh, so how old are you?" and saying and looking at her in a weird way. And then the girls were jealous of her. And whenever she wanted help, they would refuse. They would say things about her. We were minors. We were literally 8 and 9. Those dudes were 20 something. And then our teacher, EP teacher, the women, she was all the time separating her and those adults. That was gross. So I went running to them, one of them, and I told, "Hey, this from me and I almost fell, blah, blah, blah." And she said, "But you're okay, right?" When I tell you the things that cross my mind, but I just stop, look at her go, and then we arrived to a mud place, and we were allowed to play a little bit. So what did I do? I started taking balls over and over. I found her. And then I started throwing very hard. When I'm mad, I black out. I started throwing to her, not to the body, nah, to the face. I hit her to the right ear. Then she turned around. I hit her here. And the rest I kept approaching slowly, hitting her, throwing her to her face. And she said, "You shouldn't hit us to the face." And I kept going. I wasn't capable to stop until someone, a friend, who convinced me to go there because she wanted to. And then she only held my hand. And then it's when and she said, "I'm gonna tell to your teacher." And I just kept looking at her. She didn't tell anyone. And from that day, she stopped being close to me. She was avoiding me. She was scared. Because whenever I will see her, I will remind what happened. And then in my mind, I will just... Are they dead or not? Does anyone have a special place or places in their mind that they go when they feel low or something? Because I have few places that I can visit anywhere. What type of death you think is the less painful? I think cutting your vein is not painful because only you feel the cut, but then slowly you start feeling dizzy and tired, and then you sleep. But the one you jump, that feeling your body feels when it's falling down is horrible. And then when you hit the ground, the shooting, depending, because there's so many people who survive that. The right way to know if someone is already, over trying to, if it's after the first try and they fail, they don't try again. They feel like, oh, listen, I just don't feel to do that anymore. But if they keep going and going and going, maybe she refers that one day it will stop because you will stop. So they are dead. Yeah, because whenever she will show an attempt, she will wake up on a happy place, on a fun place. Those places in your mind, some people have places in the mind, but it's based of trauma. You only have space in your little brain that you go when you take a nap or you want to rest or nap or anything, and then you go to the places you are alone or with something, and then you just vibe there, but it's based of trauma. Those people are dead. Lihai, lihai, lihai. Is lihai or li-I? It stops because you stopped.